Hello, this is Arthur RJ Racing F124 with a league race in Hungary starting P8 and getting a good launch and already into the slipstream of the Alpine and can even put it next to him and the head and even can take a look at the Ferrari, but I'm going a bit too tight on the apex. That way getting an illegal overtake on the Alpine, but he's just a few hundreds behind me, so he can take the position back quickly. And I did want to hold it around the outside, but I go too wide. But anyway, I'm right onto him still. So now in the slipstream, so I can follow him closely. And generally I have a good feeling of the car around the Hungary ring, so that's gonna be fun. As I can keep up nicely with the Alpine, taking some more speed here, as you can see. Now into lap 2 and in the slipstream of the Alpine. And usually I'm not that aggressive, but I'm now putting it on the inside of the Alpine, pushing him a bit wide. So I'm ahead, but he's still on my left, so I should leave space for him onto turn 3. And I'm taking quite a tight line, but he still hangs around. And then lining up for turn 4, he does touch me, because I went a bit wide and he turned in, but now I'm ahead of him, and I can stay ahead. And I'm now onto the Ferrari, who's struggling a bit on his hard tire. So I'm quite close, but he got a way better exit than me out of the last turn. So he had been able to pull a gap, but I have DRS and I can just brake towards him. So once again I will have DRS. So I should be able to have a run onto him. I very much do, as you can see. So I tried to stick it on the inside, but he does brake later and has a nice tight line, so I cannot do much. So he can't keep his position, but he has a compromised run. So I bump into him. And then I bump into him again somehow. So this is frustrating me a bit, because as you notice, I'm quite a lot faster. So now into lap 4 and I'm a lot closer into turn 1, and I can just easily put it on the inside. And can't keep the racing line, and I will have DRS once again. So easy to stay ahead of him. And at the end of the lap I managed to get into the DRS of the cars in front, which is nice, because now I can follow them. And at the exit of turn 1, Haas already having a moment, enabling me to stay even closer to them. And then the Aston Martin in front gets a moment out of nowhere, giving me a free position. And then the next up, the Haas and the Visa Cash App battling for position. Haas going wide off the track. And then he gets onto the AstroTurf, giving him a huge moment, making me have to go onto the grass almost. But anyway, I'm on track still, and can even take a look at P3. But the Haas can just stay in front. And a bit later into the lap, the Ferrari got onto me again. Even touches me there, which I actually also did to him. But then suddenly the Ferrari glitches and just stands still, which is a crazy bug. And in the next lap again, Visa and Haas fighting hard. But now the Haas can stay ahead. And then the Visa gets a moment, so I can get into a slipstream. Take the inside once again and go a bit wide. So we do touch. So that move was right about at the limit, but still within. So a little bit further up in the lap, chasing the Haas, and the Haas getting wide at the chicane. Now suddenly already in P2, 6 seconds behind the leader. And in the next lap, Visa getting DRS, so he can take a look at my position. But he doesn't come far enough. But he will get DRS once again, but he gets a moment, so he does not have a great exit. So I'm still safe for now. And he decides to pit at the end of that lap. So in the next lap I pit myself, switching onto the hard tire and getting out in P12, and the Visa Cash App has undercut me. He's now even 3 positions in front. But I'm already right on the person in P11. And then lap 13 can quickly get past my teammate. And now in P6, because other people have pitted as well. And the Haas behind me, who has pitted with me, now gets back in front again. After I passed him, because he got off the track. And he does seem to be a lot quicker. And in sector 3 he's 9/10 in front. But I could manage to stay within a second. And that definitely gains me some useful lap time, because the gap shrunk all the way to 5/10. And still able to chase down the Haas, as the Visa Cash App now has got off the track also, giving me another free position. So from lap 14 until now I've been able to enjoy the DRS of the Haas, but now the Haas does get ahead more than a second, meaning he does have much more pace, but still in P5. And then on lap 24, P4, because someone pitted. And I now do have an Alpine behind me, who in the next lap does get a lot closer. I go a bit wide here in the turn 1, but despite him having DRS, he cannot place an overtake just yet. Although in the next lap he is able to stick it onto the inside, and I can hang around the outside, even having a decent exit still. So I can't stay next to him, but he brakes so much later that he just has the position easily. Now falling back to P4. But he does have a 3-second time penalty. And thanks to DRS I can actually stay in that 3 seconds window for now, even though he has pulled 8 tenths on me. But that gap is shrinking a lot because of the DRS, so that's nice. So on lap 31, for the first time not having DRS from the Alpine, but I got back within a second once again, now in 8 tenths. And at the end of the lap getting back into DRS, but now my battery is all the way empty, so I can barely stay inside the second, which is a bit of a shame. And I'm now also even getting the Aston Martin behind me, who's on a 2-stop strategy. And with a lot more grip he is able to take my position quite easily on the outside. He does move over a bit, but I couldn't really do anything. And at the end of the lap I'm not able to stay inside the DRS. I'm just over a second behind them. But luckily I can already see the guys in P2 and 3 in front, and they respectively have a 3 and 6 second time penalty. And the Aston now getting ahead of the Haas, and they're battling, so I can easily stay close. So now can finish within the time penalty windows, and that way getting P3. So got the podium because of time penalties, but doesn't matter how it comes, does it? Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed.